Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, your go-to source for all things women's health. I'm here to guide you through the ups and downs of hormonal changes, helping you understand how these shifts impact every aspect of your life. So whether you're in the perimenopause phase or really any other phase of life, looking to improve your overall well-being, or just seeking practical tips on stress management, nutrition, and fitness, then this podcast is for you. Join me as we explore holistic and functional approaches to health, share expert insights from guests, and empower you to feel your best at every stage of life. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Hey, welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer. I'm so excited about today's episode because we're talking about one of my favorite ways to kick off a new year, which is decluttering your mind and your space. And I have been doing that lately. And so there's something magical about starting fresh, whether it's clearing out a messy closet or organizing your thoughts so you can focus on what matters most. But here's the best part. Decluttering doesn't have to be overwhelming or boring. It can actually be fun. And today, I'm going to show you how. So we're diving into why mental and physical clutter can hold you back, how they're connected, and simple, actionable steps to clear both so you can feel lighter, more focused, and ready to take on the new year. So stick around till the end for a 5-minute exercise to help you get started. Let's jump in. First, let's talk about why decluttering matters. So when your mind and space are cluttered, it's hard to think clearly, focus, or even feel at peace. And with mental clutter, this is all the noise in your head, unfinished tasks, worries, to-do list, or even just random thoughts that keep piling you up and maybe interrupting your sleep. And it can make you feel scattered and overwhelmed. And with the physical clutter, the stuff in your home can have a direct impact on your mental health. And studies have shown that cluttered spaces increase cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, and it makes it harder to relax. And so the good news is that when you declutter, you're not just clearing stuff, you're creating space for clarity, calm, and my favorite, creativity. Think of it as hitting the refresh button on your space and life. So here's something fun to think about. Your outer space often reflects your inner space. Some of you might be like, yikes. But if your desk is piled high with papers, chances are your mind feels just as chaotic. And it does work both ways. So when your mind is cluttered, it's harder to stay motivated to tidy up your home. When your home is messy, it can trigger feelings of overwhelm or anxiety. So here's an example. Think about how you feel when you clean your kitchen or organize your closet. There's often an immediate sense of, relief, right? Like you've just decluttered your brain also. And that's because our environment has a huge impact on our emotions and mindset. So now let's get into the fun part, decluttering your space. You don't need to tackle your entire house in one day. Same goes with your mind. Small steps make a big difference. And the 1-year rule. If you haven't used or worn something in a year, it might be time to let it go. So number 2 is the 5-minute rule. Set a timer for 5 minutes and tackle one small area like a drawer or a corner of your desk. Number 3, make it fun. Play your favorite music. That's what I personally love to do. Turn it into a game or reward yourself after finishing a section. And number 4, ask yourself this question. Does this item add value to my life? If not, thank it for its purpose, and it's time to let it go. So a pro tip, decluttering categories like books, clothes, kitchen gadgets, rather than trying to do an entire room all at once. Again, think small, think in sections. And clearing mental clutter is just as important as physical. And so here's how to start. So the first is brain dump. Grab a notebook and write down everything that's on your mind, tasks, worries, ideas, anything. Once it's on paper or in the notes sections of any app that you have or your phone,
your brain feels lighter. And number 2, the 3 things list. So each day, pick just 3 things you want to focus on. This helps cut through overwhelm and keeps your priorities clear. And number 3, digital declutter. My favorite, but this is a tough one for me as I've been trying to work on my email for over a year. So organize your emails. Clear out old files, delete apps you don't use. A tidy digital space can have the same calming effect as a tidy home. And so number 4, practice mental minimalism. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? If it's not helpful, let it go or replace it with a positive one, okay? So decluttering isn't a one-time thing. It is an ongoing process. And here's how to make it part of your routine. So do a weekly reset. Pick one day a week to tidy up your space and reflect on your mental state. Again, it could just be a section. And number 2 is daily check-in. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each evening clearing your desk or journaling your thoughts. That's going to help keep things organized. And seasonal declutter. So at the start of each season, go through your belongings and mental list to refresh what's most important. So let's do a quick exercise together to get this started. So grab a piece of paper or even in your phone on a notes section. Write mind on one side and space on the other. So once you've done that, for your mind, write down 3 things that are currently cluttering your thoughts, like a decision, a worry, unfinished tasks, etc., etc. And number 3 is for your space. Pick one area, like a drawer, shelf, car, closet, and write it down as a decluttering goal. And number 4, set a timer. So only 5 minutes. Spend 5 minutes tackling either your mind by journaling or brainstorming solutions, or your space by clearing the area you wrote down. And you'd be amazed at how much lighter you feel in just 5 minutes. This is so doable. You can do 5 minutes each week. And that's it for today's episode. I really hope that you're inspired to declutter both your mind and your space, or at least give you something to think about going into the new year. And so remember, small steps can create big changes, so don't feel like you have to do it all at once. And if you're ready to take it further, download the free editable 2025 calendar linked in the show notes. It's a simple tool to help you stay on track and you can even use it for decluttering food. It could be anything at all. Just make it fun and manageable for whatever your goals are for next year. And if you'd enjoyed this episode, please leave a review and share it with a friend who might need a little New Year refresh too. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep it light, keep it fun, and keep making space for what truly matters. I will see you in the new year.
Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, taking charge of your health is a journey, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, please be sure to share, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It does help me to reach more women like you who are striving for optimal health and happiness. And don't forget to follow me on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.